Welcome to another episode of Band Director Bootcamp, the podcast with productivity and wellness tips for busy band directors. I'm your host, Lesley Moffat, and I'm really grateful to be sharing this platform with you. As busy band directors, we know you don't have time to watch lengthy professional development webinars, so we share 20-minute tidbits with takeaways you can use to support you with professional longevity and a healthier life. And today I have a guest with me who's kind of helped me do that, especially as I've transitioned into teaching middle school and have building the foundational skills much more so than I had done in the high school. And a product that she created has saved my butt. So I'm like, could you come on my podcast and share this with others? Because I have found it to be so helpful. And she very graciously said yes. And we're recording this on a Saturday morning. So this woman is dedicated. Her name is Jean McKen. She spent 30 years as a band, choir, and orchestra director. So like a lot of you, not just the one thing, but covering the whole thing. And back in the days when MIDI first came out, that musical instrument digital interface, some of you might be too young to even know when that started. But she's been on it since then. And that's become a big part of what she's done, leading her to get her master's degree in music tech and instructional design, and then creating Breezin Thru Theory, which I just actually discovered during COVID when I had all the kids that needed things to do and they couldn't play their instruments. So I discovered it then and have used it at the high school then, and now I've implemented it with my middle schoolers, and I'm delighted. So Jean, I'm so glad you're here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So before I let Jean talk a lot, I'm going to tell you guys what she's going to tell you so that you'll stay here with us. But she had a vision that she was finding about teaching music theory to so many different types of learners. And if you've ever tried to do that, like with people that have never had any music background to people that have played a lot before they got to you, you know it's really challenging. Back in the day, we had theory books and people wrote in pencil and then correcting it. And oh my goodness, talk about challenging and difficult to monitor and to really help kids and scaffold appropriately for them. And so she's going to tell us about what she was dealing with and what led her to create a platform or an app that helps tremendously with giving those foundational skills to students, so that your rehearsals become more productive, your bands and ensembles get better and all of that. And it's all through the F word. She does it through fun. So, Jean, tell us about what led you to do this, a little bit about your background, and then we're going to dig in and share some of the really cool components of Breezin Thru Theory.
Okay, well, to start with, it's a universal problem, I think, with music teachers in rehearsals and ensembles. How do you get the kids and build their musicianship, get them understanding what's on the page and their sight reading and everything else. And theory is a component of that. Music fundamentals are so basic in making sure that kids are strong musically. And to try to teach that and deliver it to everyone in the room when you know kids are coming in having played a Mozart piano sonata and other kids don't know what a treble clef is. How do you do that? How do you keep everybody engaged? How do you not make it dry? How do you not make it feel like punishment? And so that was part of what I wanted to do. And it was a vision I had for a long, long time as a band director, orchestra director, and choir director. How could I do this? And how could I leverage technology? And as technology changed, it became more a reality that I could do this. And so over time, I was able to sort of envision, how to develop the product. I saw that there was a music technology instructional design master's degree being offered at IUPUI. I applied for it. I got a teacher assistantship. It was wonderful. And I learned so much. And then I came back, I taught for a while, and then I left because I had this vision and I wanted to start building something that people could use and apply. In those days, it was a computer lab, but things have changed quite a bit since then. And as things changed, it became more accessible. So to begin with, 16 years ago, I had a binder and some CDs a school had reached out to me and said, could you just put some things together for us, some teaching, some theory lessons for us using Sibelius, actually. And so I did it. I started providing a scaffolded program of theory content in a binder with CDs, taking it physically to the school. And I had a network of colleagues in the city I live in, and they started wanting it. And so I was delivering this binder to several schools. And finally, I realized I had to take it online. So that's where it all came from. But since that time, 16 years ago, we now are in an age where you can use it anytime, anywhere on any device. So over the years, we listened to teachers, what their needs were, and we developed a product that you can use with any device, anytime, anywhere, even on a bus. And we've heard stories of marching bands going to football games and doing their theory on the bus. So
I would have laughed at that before, but I got a story I'll tell you later about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the beauty of what you've created is kids love doing it. That's the thing, is engaging kids right now is sometimes kind of hard, and they're used to being actively involved in worksheets, just don't cut it. But your program is colorful, it's engaging, and it's relevant to what they're trying to learn, and it helps them get better. I had to laugh because some of my sixth grade boys, I had introduced it to them, and a week or two later, they came up to me right after class. They go, "Look, we're on the leaderboard. We're on this some national leaderboard for one of the things,
right,
which I didn't even really know about." But they had been dinking around and discovering it. My sixth grade boys are nerding out with music theory now, and I'm just like, this is pretty cool. They're learning, they're having a good time, and then other kids are like, "Oh, how come they're up there? I want to do it too." And so instead of saying you all have to spend X number of minutes on it, they're just like competing with each other in a fun, lighthearted way while they learn. So, and another way I found this to be incredibly useful, I don't mean to take over the thing, but I just, to practicality in the classroom. I got a couple of things where this app has been just so incredibly helpful. And one is I teach my beginners, and I've got 6 different types of instruments that they're starting on, and just me, and 40 kids on different instruments. And there are some days when having all of them at the same time out is like teaching 6 different languages and 6 different physical things, all the things. And so it's really nice when you can say, "Hey, woodwinds, today go do the assignments in Breezin Thru." They pop their headphones on, and then I can work with the brass on stuff.
That's brilliant.
Flip-flop it the next day. It's like, until I can get my classes separated into those, this has been super helpful.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. And then the other thing, y'all, the worst thing on the planet is subplans. I'm out right now with COVID as we speak. Subplans freak me out. But for my little beginners, all I had to do was say, go into Breezin Thru, look at the assignments I've assigned, and get them done. And then I can peek at them from home. I can go in there and find out how long they worked on them, what time, what their scores were. And then I also can see as a group, what do I need to address? Where are the shortcomings and stuff? So there's a million things that it is. And I am not a data girl. People say data, and I want to poke my eyes out with pitchforks. I'm married to an engineer, so I let him deal with the data. But now I'm starting to see, I can quickly look at this and go, hey, there's a bunch of kids that are doing really well here. I don't need to be so invested in teaching that because they've got it or whatever. And so it's really actually helpful. And it's reducing my stress levels and helping me be more productive. So this is the most perfect place for you to be, is on this podcast about productivity and stuff that helps reduce our stress.
Well, it sounds like you're using it really well, and you're doing all the things we suggest people do. Like some of the tips are use it in sectionals and get involved in their learning. We like to think that teachers are involved in the learning. It's a full system for learning. It's got 24 chapters of scaffolded content, and it's delivered with lessons, drills, games that give them extra practice, a play that tune feature that samples, it's a sample of what they're learning in that chapter, illustrates it. And then also we have ear training in almost every chapter. So we're big on connections and having that full system for learning right there in the package for each chapter.
And you guys make it really affordable. That's the beauty too, is I don't have a big budget, and I'm pretty sure most of us out there don't right now. It's not been, it's post-COVID especially. And so this investment, when I went to my principal, I said, look at what this is going to do. And it took a while to get the money approved. But once she saw the value, and then I went into my TPEP stuff, and I said, here's how my kids are doing. And my TPEP goal is that the ones that scored, below at this amount, they will score at this place in the spring. And I don't have to really do a whole lot of work. The kids are doing the work, they're doing the learning, and you guys are all I have to do is download a report. And my TPEP evidence is done.
That's great. I mean, we show data, and we just finished doing a story on a teacher who showed data and got a district to buying it for the entire district. And she just used the data that she of student growth that was happening within Breezin Thru Theory. So that you're using it really well. You're using it. You're striking all the chords.
I'm glad I had you as a guest today.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you're talking about too is there's grant money out there for stuff like this, since you can back things up with data. And so if any of y'all don't know how to write grants, talk to me. Chat GPT, you and me, 15 minutes, I'll get you a grant. I have yet to not get a grant I've written for anything with Chat GPT, but that's another story.
Fantastic.
I want you to tell us a couple more of the features that are in there. But before we do that, I want to share some more things about some valuable resources that we have here and take a brief moment to share a message from our sponsor, the Empowered Music Educator Academy, where they help busy band directors create successful programs, build supportive communities, and feel freaking amazing with an array of services that support professional longevity and a healthy life. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the never-ending tasks of being a band director? Do you dream of having a strong music program while still enjoying time for yourself and your family? Well, the Empowered Music Educator Academy is here to turn that dream into a reality. Here at the Academy, we offer a comprehensive suite of resources tailored just for you. From insightful books that offer fresh perspectives to engaging courses filled with practical strategies. But that's not all. If you need a more personalized approach, you can use our one-on-one coaching sessions, which are designed to address your unique challenges, helping you find harmony in your busy schedule. And for a truly immersive experience, join us at one of our retreats where you can rejuvenate and connect with fellow music educators. The Empowered Music Educator Academy isn't just about teaching music. It's about enriching your life as a band director. We're here to ensure you thrive professionally and personally, providing you with personalized tools for wellness and productivity tips that last a lifetime. So don't miss out. Visit our website at powereducator.com to learn more and take the first step towards a more balanced, fulfilling career in music education. Because at Band Director Bootcamp, we believe in empowering you to conduct not just music, but a life you love. All right, we are back with Jean McKen of Breezin Thru Theory, and we've got just a couple minutes. I'm going to ask you, Jean, if your name's not Eugene, I'm going to ask you, Jean, to just tell us a couple more little things. Like, I'll tell one. One of the things, I had a couple kids that really, even though I thought I was just a great teacher, I was teaching all the things who just weren't getting the fingerings. It was just really confusing. And those fingering drills, that the kids started doing. I had two kids that went from like 0 to 60 in less than a week once, and I'd worked with them for a long time just in class and using the regular books. But once they had a chance to just sit down and use that over and over and over and over, the growth was tremendous. So like those. Yeah,
that's great to hear.
Tell us a couple more features of things that you want to highlight on this. And then when y'all are done listening to the podcast, you can check out our podcast notes. We're going to put the links in there so that you can find this really easily, check out some of the demos and decide, hey, is this something I want to get for my classes? And starting the fall, I mean, if you get this on board and can really have it in place, that's going to just make your lives a lot easier. So tell us why people would be interested in doing this.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm thrilled that you're using the fingering games because they're brand new and they've been a huge hit. And great to hear that
I can't Google the fingering chart. I was trying to do that. My district blocks that word. So I know. We have to think of a different word we could use for how to do that. But anyway, once we got past that firewall, it worked.
Oh, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Yes. So anyway, that's one feature that we're really thrilled about and excited about sharing with teachers. We're also really, it's easy to organize and assign work. It's really easy for teachers to keep organized in rolling it out in a scaffolded fashion. The chapters are all scaffolded, and you can pick and choose what you want your kids to do in each chapter, and then it shows up in their account. It's all fun and engaging. We've made it quite appealing for students in every way. We do like to think that teachers are involved in the learning, that there's a personal connection still with what they're learning is really important. But I'm telling you, it's great for when you're away and not at school, and you've got someone overseeing the class, and they can keep working. And it means better musicianship and better sight reading, and that means better ensembles overall. So it's really the outcomes and the benefits of using it. We hear that all the time from teachers. It's very easy for teachers to use. We also have one-on-one customer support, virtual screen share customer support. If you've got a question or you need help with something, we're there. We pick up the phone, we answer email, we respond very quickly. We think it's important. Having been a teacher, I know how important that just in time is. And so that's a really important part of our service. We are service as well as
there because I've talked to a bunch of people. I've gotten platinum service through this when I've had a question or a concern or I can't figure something out. So I'm just going to say that.
Sorry. Well, thank you. And yeah, we're thrilled, and we have great customer support folks. And, it's something that we are very proud of. And, we love our teachers. We have great relationships with our teachers. We're not anonymous. We're like a family business. It's very oriented towards people, and so we really believe in what we're doing is important. And I'm at a loss for words here.
Well, but I'm going to say, as a 36-year veteran teacher, I find it to be a powerful tool. And I've been around for a while. And so it really excited me. It saved my butt during COVID, and it helped my students have something to do. And now as I'm working with students who need that basic understanding, just having this available and having this, I'm going to insist that this is funded each year for my students as sixth graders coming in, so they get those skills, those basic skills, because I see what a huge difference it makes and how much easier it makes it for me to help them. So it's been win-win-win. So I'm so glad you created this app and that you have poured your heart and soul into it, because the benefits, you have no idea the impact that it's making way beyond.
It does. And we hear that. We hear about improvements in sight reading, improvements in overall self-confidence in kids, because we do help build musicianship. And that's what it's all about. Just making strengthening your music programs in that, giving them that literacy and understanding. So that's really important. And, being fun and engaging, and
that matters. Because if you can't keep them engaged, they check out. So they can't get the content. So
that's right.
And that's part of being culturally responsive, is knowing how to reach the students in a way that they will pay attention.
That's right. That's right.
You've covered a million bases with this platform.
Sure. Well, we try to, and you can flash a quick lesson up just for a few minutes to get a concept across, connect with your kids that way, and then just go on. So we try to stay out of your rehearsal time, but we try to also enhance your rehearsal time. And as you said, you can use it as during sectionals. Which is brilliant. If you've got beginners or your horn section needs extra time with something, it's really helpful.
Yeah. Well, I'm super grateful for this platform and for you taking time out of your weekend to share more in depth than what I could have shared alone about this, because obviously your knowledge is a little deeper than mine. So thanks, Jean McKen, for getting up today and talking to us about this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. And thank you to all of you listeners out there who are making a difference in kids' lives through the magic of music education every single day. The work you do matters, and so do you. Join us next time on Band Director Bootcamp for another episode of productivity and wellness tips to make your life a little bit easier.